How's it going, guys? Topic for today's video: how dangerous is cycling? Is that something that you should really be concerned about? It's the number one excuse that I hear from people, is that they're so worried about how dangerous it is in their local city or town to ride their bike there, because it's so dangerous. And obviously with any sport that you do, there's an inherent amount of danger. There's danger with just walking down the street. There's danger with riding in an airplane. There's danger when you're driving your car. There's danger with every single thing that you do, right? Everything has a certain level of danger to it. Even just being a living being and eating a shitty diet is inherently dangerous. So I looked up the stats on how actually dangerous cycling is, and in 2013, 743 cyclists were killed. So that's an average of about 2 per day or so. All these stats are just for the United States alone. Annually, over 37,000 people are killed in automobile accidents in the United States. And the number one leading cause of death in the world, which kills over 600,000 people every year, is heart disease. And then for all the cancer, over 580,000 people are killed every single year. 150,000 people are killed from chronic lower respiratory diseases every single year. Accidents account for 130,000 deaths per year. Strokes account for another 130,000 deaths every single year. Alzheimer's disease accounts for 85,000 deaths every single year. Diabetes accounts for over 75,000 deaths per year. Influenza and pneumonia account for 56,000 deaths every single year. And suicide accounts for 41,000 deaths every single year. So when you're looking at all the stats, it seems like, wow, cycling doesn't seem all that inherently dangerous, because it's only claiming the lives of about 740 people every single year. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not a leading cause of death in the world. There's nothing inherently more dangerous about cycling than if you were to just walk down the street. Now I understand that there's less cyclists on the road than there are pedestrians, and there are going to be people who are, driving an automobile. So the stats are slightly skewed. The thing is, cycling and exercising can be something that actually lowers your risk of chronic diseases. Now I'm gonna go out on a bit of a limb here, and I'm gonna say every single time, so I've been riding my bike as my predominant form of transportation for about 4.5 years now, and I've cycle toured through Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand twice, Malaysia, Australia. I've ridden my bike in Vancouver, Chicago, Toronto, extensively in those places, and I'm now living in Tucson. And I must say, over those entire 4.5 years, the only traffic accident that I've ever been in is when I rode into the back of a parked car in Australia. That's the only time that I've actually been in an accident that actually caused me some bodily harm. So that's 4.5 years of riding my bike in some of the most dangerous cities in the world, which includes Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Bangkok, Phnom Penh, Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Vancouver, Chicago, cities that could be considered, quite dangerous to be riding your bike in. And I've never had a bad traffic accident. And the only times that I've actually come close to actually hitting a car, or for a car to hit me, has almost always, I would say at least 90 to 95% of the time, has been my own fault, because I wasn't paying attention to what was going on in the road. So is cycling super dangerous, and should you not do it because it's so inherently dangerous? I think using the excuse that cycling is dangerous is just an excuse. Like, if you go into any city or town in the world, there's almost always gonna be people riding their bike around. It doesn't stop them from riding their bike. There's obvious inherent danger with cycling, but don't use it as an excuse as to why you can't ride your bike. You can use Google Maps in order to find the safest routes. The biggest thing that I would say with cycling is to stay off the sidewalk. The sidewalk is usually the more dangerous place to ride your bike. I think it's much safer to actually ride your bike on the road as opposed to on the sidewalk. If there's a bike path, like an actual bicycle bike path, then yeah, you can ride your bike on that. But sidewalks are meant for pedestrians, people walking, and the road is designed to be shared with automobiles and with cyclists as well. If you have any more questions or comments about the dangers of cycling, definitely leave it in the box below. If you have any questions about what type of bike you should buy, I'll link that video to be the first link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Peace out.